Every day, usually in the morning between 5 and 11 a.m., we release our Central Indiana Scoreboard show. It's similar to ESPN Radio Sports Center, but features the Pacers, Fever, Colts, IndyCar, IU, Purdue, Ball State, Butler, and of course, the best high school sports coverage in Central Indiana. Please join us every day for the Central Indiana Scoreboard show. You are listening to the Central Indiana Sports Report podcast number 285.2, our softball regional scoreboard show with scores and highlights from 30 of the state's 32 regionals that were played on Tuesday.
You're listening to the Central Indiana Sports Report with your host, Greg Mengels.
Welcome, softball fans, to the Central Indiana Sports Report's softball regional scoreboard show. We have results from 30 of the state's 32 regionals coming up in just a second. Before we get to that, I'm going to ask you to please go to our YouTube channel and subscribe so you don't miss a single podcast. Just search Central Indiana Sports Report. It's very easy to find. This week we've already had so much content. Lots of Pacers and Fever, plus our softball semi-state preview is coming up later this week. Our baseball regional preview, our boys and girls track and field and girls tennis state finals previews, plus of course the scoreboard shows following all of those events. We have something for everybody there, so please go subscribe. Plus, we're going to have lots of video coming very soon. There are 4 teams left from last year's 8 state finalists after LaPel and Cascade both lost in Tuesday's regionals. Defending state champions Western and Rossville, both local teams, are still alive. And we start our scoreboard show in Class 4A in the South, and the 4 regionals that feed into the Center Grove semi-state. Greenfield Central beat Lawrence North 23-3 for its first regional championship in 8 years. The Cougars scored 5 times in the first, then scored 11 more in the second inning. Savannah Real hit her 16th home run of the season and her 25th of her career to become the new home run queen of Greenfield. She was 3 for 3 and scored 4 times. Leilani Forche hit her 6th home run of the season and drove in 5 runs. Last year's semi-state finalist Center Grove repeated as regional champions with a 1-0 win over Avon. The second-ranked Trojans, Riley Furr and Kara Beaver, combined for a 7-hit shutout for the second-ranked Trojans. Erica Burris scored the game's only run in the third inning. Avon actually out-hit the Trojans 7-3. Terre Haute North beat Whiteland 5-3 behind a strong performance by Kylie Walker. She went all 7 innings, giving up just 4 hits and 1 earned run. Aubrey Felker was 2 for 3 with a double and a run for 18-9 Whiteland. 7th-ranked Floyd Central beat Castle 5-1 for the first regional championship in 10 years under head coach Sean Payne. Adeline Stoltz threw 5 innings, gave up just 2 hits and 1 earned run, and Noah Kohler was 2 for 2 with a double, a run, and an RBI for the Highlanders. Maddie Hughes had a triple and a run for Castle, which sees its season end at 15-3. So Saturday's semi-state at Center Grove, it'll be 19-7 Greenfield Central against 26-4 and 7th-ranked Floyd Central at 11 a.m., followed by 2nd-ranked and 24-3 Center Grove and 26-6 Terre Haute North with the championship game at 7. In the North in Class 4A, the regionals that feed into the Lafayette-Harrison semi-state, 12th-ranked Fort Wayne Carroll beat Homestead 10-0 in 5 innings for their 3rd straight regional championship and their 3rd overall. Taylor Danley threw a perfect game, 15 batters faced, 15 batters down, 11 strikeouts. She also homered and drove in 4 runs. Lily Schultz also hit her 5th home run of the season. Number 4 Crown Point beat Chesterton 7-2 for their first regional championship since 2022. Ashlyn Kidda was 2 for 4 with a double and hit her 8th home run of the year. She drove in 4 runs. Corinne Pert hit a pair of doubles and drove in 2 runs, and Scarlett Techman was 4 for 4 and scored twice for the Bulldogs. On Saturday at the Semi-State at Harrison, it'll be 28-4 and 5th-ranked Crown Point against 23-5 and number 12 Carroll in the second semifinal at approximately 1 o'clock Saturday afternoon. That follows the first semifinal, which still has not yet been set. That'll be determined Wednesday in regionals at Penn and Harrison. At Harrison, it'll be number 10 Noblesville against the host Raiders. Noblesville's 19-7. Harrison is 10-12. Noblesville is playing for its first regional championship since 2021. And the other regional yet to be played, it's 17-12 Elkhart at number 5 Penn, which is 23-4 and has won 10 straight regional championships. They were a semi-state finalist last year and the state champion the year before that. In Class 3A, the regionals that feed into the Twin Lakes semi-state, it was number 3 Western over number 6 Yorktown, 2-0 in Rushville. It's the 6th regional championship for the defending Class 3A champion Western Panthers. Lucy George threw a complete game, 2-hit shutout with 11 strikeouts, and provided all the offense that she needed with an RBI. Abby Boer and Claire Hazen had the only hits for Yorktown, which saw its season end at 20-5. Mississinawa beat Fort Wayne Dwenger 9-2 at Homestead for the program's 2nd regional championship ever and the first in 14 years. Aaliyah Parr Inman hit her 4th home run of the season, and Charlie Ballard scored 3 times and drove in a run. Lydia Garrett hit her 3rd home run of the season for the 10-18 Saints. Hanover Central won 5-1 at Highland. Jillian DeYoung threw a complete game 4-hitter with 9 strikeouts and just 2 walks. The Wildcats had 13 hits as a team. Rebecca Ferguson was 3 for 3 with a double, a run, and an RBI. And Sienna Stilley was 2 for 3 with a double, a home run, and 2 RBIs. She's homered in 3 straight games after having 0 in the regular season. Columbia City won 8-3 at Glenn to advance to the semi-state. Madeline Brady was 2 for 4 with a run and an RBI, and Lacey Friend drove in 2. Emma Hiss is 12-1. Her ERA ballooned to 1.00 after giving up 2 earned runs in 7 innings. Sophia Litzy had a double and drove in 2 runs for the Falcons. Saturday's semi-state at Twin Lakes, it'll be 15-12 Hanover Central against 19-5 Columbia City at 11, followed by number 3 Western against Mississinawa at 1. Western is 27-3, Mississinawa 21-4. The championship will be at 7 o'clock. In the 3A South, in the regionals that advanced to the Jasper semi-state, it was number 2 New Pal 11-3 over defending Class 2A state champion Cascade. The Dragons are still alive in search of their 4th state championship. New Pal led 3-0 after 6 innings before the Cadets scored 3 times in the 7th to force extras. The Dragons then scored 8 times in the 8th inning to clinch the regional. Maddie Engel was 3 for 4 with a double, a home run, 4 RBIs, and she scored twice. Jersey Gross had a double and a home run and scored 3 times, and also drove in a couple. And Sadie Hughbanks threw a complete game and gave up just 1 earned run. Caitlin Grzowska had a triple and scored a run for 21-6 Cascade. Number 1 Cathedral beat Lebanon 13-0. The Irish scored 4 runs in the first and, of course, led from start to finish. Sydney Matthews, Anna Moore, and Amaya Gray each hit a home run for the Irish. Moore scored 3 times and had 2 RBIs. Corinne Miller had a double for Lebanon, which saw its season end at 23-11. Charlestown won its first regional championship since 1997 with a 9-4 win over Franklin County. Katie Prickerel and Avery Freiberger went back-to-back with home runs in the 6th inning, and Hannah Burns hit her 7th home run of the season for the Pirates. Madison Perlberg hit a double and a home run and had 3 RBIs for the Wildcats. Evansville Memorial beat Jasper 7-3 for the program's 4th regional championship. Mallory Wollenman was 2 for 3 with a double, 2 RBIs, and scored a run, and Cypress Aliata was 3 for 4 for the Tigers. Brianna Bari hit a home run and scored twice for 18-11 Jasper. So the semi-state Saturday at Jasper, it'll be 19-8 Charlestown against 19-7 Evansville Memorial at 11 a.m. Then it's number 2 New Pal against number 1 Cathedral. New Pal's 26-4, Cathedral 26-2. The championship game is scheduled for 7 p.m. And in Class 2A, the 4 regionals that feed into the Kokomo semi-state, and the game that we had the most interest in at the Central Indiana Sports Report was number 2 Alexandria 18-3 over number 4 Lapel. Alexandria's first regional championship in program history, with the performance of a lifetime Tuesday against the reigning state runner-up Lapel Bulldogs. The Tigers took a 1-0 lead in the top of the first and led throughout. It was 13-1 after a 4-run top of the third. Brindley Humphreys allowed just 3 runs on 3 hits to improve to 18-1 on the season. Her ERA rose to 0.94 by giving up 2 earned runs. Humphreys is known as a shutdown pitcher, but she also went 3 for 4 with a home run and 4 RBIs in Tuesday's win. Here she is with Michelle Garman of the Tipton Tribune and Elwood Call Leader.
It was great to finally be able to hit, as I know that I can, and to play it on both sides tonight. I feel like it really made an impact and just bringing the team together.
The Tigers scored 8 runs in 2 innings against Addison Bodenhorn, who entered the game with a state-best 0.60 ERA. Alexandria homered 3 times in the win. Kinley Webb hit her 8th, and Riley Thomas her 6th, in addition to Humphrey's 2nd of the season. Webb went 3 for 4 and scored 3 times, and Thomas went 3 for 3 with a double, 3 runs, and 4 RBIs to go along with the home run. Daisy Bivens doubled and knocked in 3 runs for Alexandria. Bodenhorn drove in 2 for Lapel, which saw its season come to an end at 22-7. And this rivalry is not going away. Both have very young rosters and are going to be factors for a long time. Number 9 and last year's Class A state champion Rossville beat number 14 Rochester 9-2. It's the 4th straight regional championship for the Hornets. Avery Layton threw a complete game 3 hitter, and both runs scored against her were unearned. She struck out 12, didn't walk in any, and hit 1 batter. Autumn Pascal scored twice and drove in 2 runs for Rossville. Jaden Fields hit a couple of triples, her first 2 of the season, for 21 and 5 Rochester. The 3rd-ranked Andrean 59ers beat the Knox Redskins 5-0. The 3-time state champions won their 11th regional championship in program history. Sadie Drasius threw a 1-hit shutout and is now 11-4 on the year. Lainey Dukas hit her 4th home run of the season and drove in a couple of runs. Central Noble upset number 8 South Adams 4-3 for their first sectional championship ever. Grace Swink threw a complete game 6-hitter. She allowed just 1 earned run and struck out 10. She also hit her 9th home run of the season and drove in a pair of runs. What a semi-state it's going to be Saturday at Kokomo. All 4 teams have at least 19 wins and have 86 wins combined. It'll be 20-1 in 2nd-ranked Alexandria against 19-7 and 3rd-ranked Andrean at 11 a.m., followed by 23-5 and 9th-ranked Rossville against 24-5 Central Noble. The championship game will be at 7 o'clock. In the south of Class 2A, the 4 regionals that feed into the Forest Park semi-state, it was number 11 Triton Central 5-2 over number 7 Hagerstown. It's the second regional championship in program history for Triton Central. Briley Couch threw a complete game, giving up just 7 hits and 1 earned run with 11 strikeouts and a walk. And freshman Ashlyn Hiddle was 2 for 3 with a home run and 3 RBIs for the Tigers in a win over the Tigers. It was Salem 9, Brownstown 8 in a battle of Mid-Southern Conference rivals. It's the first regional championship in program history for Salem. They were led by Sydney Wilson, who was 4 for 4 with 3 RBIs. Kinsey Dean hit a home run and drove in 3 for the Braves. Lila Wyrie hit a triple and drove in 3 runs as Monrovia beat Greencastle 10-3 for the Bulldogs' third regional championship in program history and their first in a decade. Number 1 Tecumseh knocked off number 6 West Vigo 4-0. For Tecumseh, it's their 17th regional championship, their 4th straight, and their 16th in the last 23 years. So the South Semi-State at Forest Park, it'll be 28-2 and first ranked Tecumseh against 10-9 Monrovia at 11 a.m. Then it's number 12 Triton Central, which is 24-2 against 15-8 Salem at 12:30 with the championship at 7. And we move to Class A. The North Semi-State will be held at Frontier. And the first team to clinch a regional championship was Southwood. They won by forfeit after Cambridge City had a player who was involved in a car accident. The Knights are 21-10. It's really too bad for them that they didn't get to win their first regional championship ever on the field. But prayers for the Cambridge-Lincoln community. By the way, 21 win, Southwood would have won it on the field anyway. Number 1, Riverton Park advanced with a 12-2 win over Clinton Prairie in 6 innings. It's the first regional title for Riverton Park since winning the state championship in 2010. They scored 4 runs in the bottom of the first and led the entire way. Jaylee Inman threw 6 innings, giving up just 4 hits and 2 unearned runs. She's now 12-2. She also went 3 for 3 with a double, a triple, a home run, and 3 RBIs. North Newton beat Westville 4-0 for North Newton's second regional championship in program history. Sydney Rainford threw a 3-hit shutout with 12 strikeouts and no walks. She's now 19-1 on the season with 19 straight wins and helped herself out with her 3rd home run of the year. And number 9 South Central beat Fremont 9-0. It's the first regional championship for the Satellites since 2022 when they were state runners-up. Lexi Johnson threw a complete game 2-hit shutout. She struck out 15 of the 23 batters that she faced and didn't walk any. She also provided herself all the runs that she needed with 2 doubles. She scored a run and drove 1 in. So at the Frontier Semi-State, it'll be 21-10 Southwood against 20-6 South Central at 11 a.m., followed by number 1 Riverton Park against number 1 North Newton. Riverton Park is 26-4, North Newton 21-3. The championship game is at 7 p.m. In the South, the 4 regionals from Tuesday feed into the semi-state at North Davies. And it was number 5 Lutheran 17-4 over Indiana Deaf. The 3-time state champions won their 15th regional championship and their 3rd straight. The Saints have won 13 in the last 18 years. They scored 9 runs in the top of the first and cruised to the victory. Layla Miller had a triple and drove in 5, and Avery Langston scored 4 times. Number 8 Tri beat Milan 2-1. Last year's state runners-up, who lost 8-0 to Rossville in the state championship game, won their 6th regional championship in program history. Macy Ballard threw a complete game. She gave up just 1 run on 5 hits, struck out 7 and walked just 2. And on offense, she had a double and an RBI. Number 6 Orleans versus number 7 Clay City was every bit as good as you would expect it to be. Clay City coming out on top 1-0 in 10 innings. It's the 6th straight regional championship for the Eels. Lizzie Cinders threw all 10 innings. Lizzie Cinders threw a 10-inning, 5-hit shutout with 14 strikeouts and just 1 walk. And on offense, she had a double and scored the game's only run in the 10th inning on Ellie Stolting's RBI triple. Orleans pitcher Izzy Rutherford matched Cinders through 9 2/3 innings before Clay City was able to score the winning run. She had 10 strikeouts and just 1 walk, and Orleans' season ends at 21-7. And number 3 West Washington beat Wood Memorial 4-0. It's the 5th regional championship for the Senators. Emery Hobb threw a complete game 3-hit shutout with 7 strikeouts, and Adele Brown was 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs for West Washington. And at the North Davies Semi-State on Saturday, it'll be number 3 West Washington against number 7 Clay City at 11 a.m. West Washington is 23-5, Clay City 19-6. Then it's number 5 Lutheran against number 8 Tri. Lutheran is 20-6, Tri 22-5. The championship game is at 7 o'clock, and it's the only semi-state on Saturday with all 4 teams ranked in the top 10. Although if Noblesville wins as expected on Wednesday, that semi-state at Lafayette Harrison will also have 4 teams in the top 10. Thank you so much for listening. Always appreciate it. We are growing pretty fast here at the Central Indiana Sports Report, but we could really use your help spreading the word and letting Central Indiana sports fans know about us. You are now in charge of doing that. Please tell your friends and family about us, plus strangers and enemies, whoever. If you just see somebody on the street with a Pacers or Colts t-shirt or something, hey, over there's a really cool podcast. It's called the Central Indiana Sports Report. They have great coverage of the Pacers and Fever and also really cool high school sports stuff. You should go check it out. Thanks, everyone. The Central Indiana Sports Report is a product of ITG Media. And I love Susie.